2.3 is called graphs of functions. Graphs of functions, or getting graphs from function, getting info from graphs of functions. Sorry. Uh, Getting info is essentially talking about a graph and you being able to read a graph. So in this case, the first one, it's talking about your temperature being in Fahrenheit, being the y-axis. X is essentially time, going from noon to 6 p.m. So this is the first hour, second hour, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Realistically, that's just the time of day. And as you can read the function, noting that this is the highest temperature that we had there, and the lowest temperature happened at noon, and obviously nearing that low temperature later in the evening. So being able to read the graph of function. Well, there are a bunch of questions that I'm going to ask about this, and I know that most of these questions can be answered if I ask them out loud. However, people struggle with the notation. So essentially, T of 1. What does this T of 1 mean? It's effectively asking what is the temperature at 1 o'clock or after 1 hour has gone by, and hopefully you guys can see that's about 25 degrees, which is large or same thing for these two problems. Part C, hey, when is the temperature 25? So you're looking here and say, where does that cross that line? So it looks like 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock, or 1 hour in and 4 hours in from noon. And then when's it bigger than 25 or greater than 25? That's just going to be all the values up here. So in between 1 and 4 o'clock, it's going to be warmer than that. And then the net change. Net change is something that's going to continue to come up. Net change is just what's the difference in temperature from 1 to 3. Well, at 3, it looks like it's 30 degrees right here. And then at 1, it was 25 degrees. So the net change for that would just be 5 degrees. So I think a lot of these are fairly realistic. They're going to ask you for domain and range stuff. Domain is just obviously the change in x values, and range is the change in the y values. Not the starting and ending necessarily, just the change in general. And then besides that, you're going to have to play with the calculator and find out where functions are increasing, decreasing, and so forth, maxes and mins, which we talked about, and hopefully you guys know how to do. Let me know if you don't.